The team at Technology for Hotels knows how busy you are, so we've created this concise briefing to keep you up to date on key happenings in the hotel industry.
Ready to dive in?
Absolutely. Let's get started.
Okay, great.
First up, IHG is making a splash on the Sunshine Coast.
Oh, yeah, big news with their new voco hotel.
Set to open in 2028.
Yeah, 2028. What's interesting here is they're really thinking strategically about this location.
It does seem very well timed.
This voco is going to be part of a mixed-use development.
Interesting.
Yeah, on that trendy Ocean Street in Maroochydore.
So they're tapping into that increasing demand we've been seeing.
Exactly. Upscale accommodations are really booming in that area.
And with the Olympics coming to Brisbane in 2032,
Right? They're definitely positioning themselves well to ride that wave of tourism growth.
talk about savvy. I'm curious to see how they compete with the existing luxury hotels.
Oh, for sure. It'll be a good battle to watch.
Speaking of well-timed developments,
Yeah.
Sydney's Southwest is also seeing some action.
Okay. Tell me more.
EVT is breaking ground on a new Atura Hotel
Nice.
in Oran Park, scheduled to open in 2026.
Smart move for sure with all that rapid growth happening in the area.
Right, and the new Western Sydney Airport coming in 2026 too.
Yeah. This Atura is perfectly positioned to become a go-to spot for travelers.
Absolutely, both for business and leisure.
For sure. Now, speaking of exciting projects, we can't forget about
What else is going on?
those renovations happening at Rendezvous Hotel Perth Scarborough
Oh yeah, that's going to be a big one.
and all the buzz around the new Mondrian Gold Coast.
Set to open in early 2025.
So much happening. It seems like everyone is betting big on these up-and-coming areas.
They definitely are. But new builds aren't the only game in town.
Right. What else is happening?
That historic Islington Hotel in Hobart
Okay.
just finished a $1 million makeover,
Wow. $1 million.
proving sometimes the best stories are the ones already written.
That's a great way to put it. I love how they managed to blend that historical charm with an elevated sense of luxury. Remember that poetry engraved cabinetry we saw in the article?
I do. It's those unique touches that really stand out,
Totally. They kept the original art and antique furniture.
but also added modern comforts, like those luxurious bathrooms with heated floors,
Who doesn't love heated floors?
especially in Hobart.
So true.
Okay, let's shift gears now and talk about acquisitions and investments.
Sure.
There's a battle brewing for the long-term lease of Ayers Rock Resort.
Oh, wow. That's a big one.
A U.S. private equity firm is vying for control,
Interesting.
which raises some important questions for investors about balancing financial gains
Yeah.
with cultural sensitivity.
Right.
The Australian-owned Airport Development Group,
Okay.
which currently manages the resort,
Right.
is really emphasizing their commitment to Indigenous engagement.
It's a complex situation with those long-standing Indigenous partnerships.
It'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Definitely big implications for the local community and the future of such an iconic destination.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Star Hotels is celebrating its acquisition of the Ridges Gold Coast Airport Hotel.
They're really strengthening their Queensland portfolio.
They are.
This purchase is a smart move for them.
How so?
Well, the Gold Coast hospitality market is booming right now,
That's true.
with international travel rebounding and that airport expansion.
Makes sense.
Star Hotels is setting themselves up for continued success.
It sounds like it, and for all the sports fans out there,
Oh, yeah.
the Hurley Hotel Group partnered with Adelaide Crows legend Mark Mercudo
Cool.
to acquire the historic Barker Hotel.
Nice. Always good to see those historic properties getting a new lease on life.
Now let's take a step back
Okay.
and look at some broader industry trends.
Sounds good.
Despite the cost of living pressures we're all facing,
Yeah, it's been a tough year for a lot of people.
Australian hotel occupancy rates stayed pretty stable in September,
Well, that's good to hear.
around 72.7%.
So despite the economic headwinds, demand for travel remains pretty resilient.
It does. But it's worth noting that growth is slowing down a bit.
That's true. Hoteliers really need to stay agile right now and adapt to the changing consumer behavior we're seeing.
Yeah.
You've got to be ready to pivot.
Absolutely. Now think about the impact events can have.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Melbourne's hotels saw a big boost in October,
Really?
thanks to all those big events.
Like what?
Well, you had the Olivia Rodrigo and Coldplay concerts,
Huge.
and the Melbourne Marathon,
Right.
and even Fashion Week.
Wow, so it's not just about hotel bookings.
Exactly.
It's that ripple effect on the whole city.
Local businesses, restaurants, transportation.
Everyone benefits.
It's a great case study for other cities.
Absolutely shows how strategic event planning can really boost a whole tourism ecosystem.
Yeah, let's hop across the ditch to New Zealand.
Sounds good.
Their tourism sector is recovering in an interesting way.
How so?
Well, visitor numbers are still below pre-pandemic levels,
Okay.
but spending has fully recovered.
Oh, interesting.
It seems like there's a shift towards higher-value tourism.
People are looking for those more meaningful experiences.
And they're willing to pay a premium for it.
I think we're seeing that trend globally.
Definitely. Yeah. Speaking of premium experiences, Marriott Bonvoy is doubling down on their partnership with Tennis Australia
They're extending their contract.
as the official hotel partner for the Australian Open.
Smart move. It's a win-win for both of them.
Boosts Marriott's loyalty and occupancy.
Exactly, and gives Tennis Australia a reliable hospitality partner.
Now, before we wrap up, let's look at some industry movers and shakers.
Always fun.
Mandarin Oriental is promoting Amanda Heineman to Chief Operating Officer.
She's a great choice for that role.
She's got an impressive track record with the brand,
And her leadership will be key as Mandarin Oriental keeps expanding.
especially in that luxury space.
Definitely. It's always encouraging to see companies promoting from within.
It is, and TFE Hotels is making some strategic leadership changes
Oh, where?
across their city properties.
Interesting. What's the thinking there?
It seems like they're focused on strengthening their offerings
Makes sense. It's a competitive market.
and enhancing the guest experience.
It's all about staying ahead of the game.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of positive momentum in the industry.
Definitely a real sense of optimism and innovation.
That's great to see.
Absolutely.
It really is. We hope you found these insights valuable
Definitely food for thought.
and maybe even spark some ideas for your own properties.
That's what we're here for.
Always remember in this industry,
Yeah,
staying ahead of the curve is key.
so true.
So until next time,
Stay curious
stay innovative.
and keep pushing those boundaries.
Absolutely. That wraps up this week's 5-Star Weekly Briefing.